Hey there! Welcome back to the Mothcast, a podcast about video games and how a couple of moths feel about them. The game for episode 38 is Aerial Knight's Never Yield, a running game about a clone trying to escape his captor. Put your running shoes on and let's get into the podcast. All right! The game this week is called Aerial Knights
Aerial Knight's Never
Yield.
I think Aerial Knight is just the
The developer,
creator.
the maker, the idea man, the guy who did the thing.
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
Yeah, so it's called Aerial Knights Never Yield, but it's just Never Yield. Anyway,
Never Yield.
yeah, so this is as you described it, a runner game, I guess, like is the best way to describe it.
Pretty much like I don't know if anyone would be familiar, but like Bit Trip Runner.
Yeah, well, yeah, basically, you're constantly running to the right. Like you can't really stop yourself from running to the right.
Mm-mm.
And there are
And
obstacles in your way, and you have to basically like perform an action in order to get past said obstacles.
Yeah, you have to dodge the obstacle.
Yeah, I don't really foresee this game review being very long, but we'll go through what we can because there's a lot less here than I thought there would be. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's all right. It was a little fun.
Yeah, it was a fun little jaunt. I will be honest.
Graphics, it was like definitely stylized for sure.
Yeah.
It was like a 3D stylized, but it was stylized.
I didn't hate the models.
No.
They're very stock standard, I would say. Like maybe the only thing that's different is the main character's model.
Yeah.
But as you know, the main character is also the villain, I guess, or something. So they use the same model, which is like a little bit lazy, but like at the same time, I think this was a passion project for one person, from one person. So like, I don't know. I don't know how much I'm gonna get on this person, but I don't know. It's really hard to say because like, should we get on them for not like
Nah.
being a little bit more creative and having a couple more models?
I think because what it is, like, this is probably part of the story bit, but like I feel like because what you see at the beginning is like you kind of come from like what looks like a cloning something.
So it's
like
obvious that
it's
you are a
probably
clone.
probably just like a clone, you know?
Yeah, but okay, like I understand that, but there are ways to differentiate between.
Yeah, he was wearing a yellow shirt instead of a blue.
Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
Or a white and black coat. Come on.
I don't know.
Get with it, Peter. What's wrong with you?
Whatever. I don't care. I've seen a lot of games that have been made by one person,
and also he used swords, whereas your character.
Oh yeah, you know what?
He got red.
You know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
Listen,
catch
here,
on fire.
right?
One guy catches on fire. The other one uses flaming swords. My bad.
Don't worry about it.
It's basically a completely different thing.
We're looking at graphics right now. I think it was okay. It was kind of stylized. It looked a lot like a 3D version of like a comic, kind of like Into the Spider-Verse. I think that was also 3D,
okay, but not as good though. Like,
well, not as good, obviously, but it felt like it a little, you know.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Because it was like had those dots, like those comic dots.
Yeah, I can't really say that the graphics in this game were like bad. I really don't want to say that they were very good. They were passable for a 3D game. This game I'm pretty sure was made in like Unreal or something. So for one person taking on an Unreal project, like, you know, good for you. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I feel like there are other models out there that you could use that aren't as. Maybe this is what they're going for. I don't know. Whatever. It's not that important. I just like I'm struggling not to like be mean to the way that this game looks because like clearly they did everything that they did intentionally,
Yeah,
and like
I think it looks
I
fine.
I will always defend like intentionality versus
Um,
like
just bad
just
creation.
yeah, like yeah, basically.
Uh, Dragon, Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap.
Oh god, just die. Anyway,
Yeah, the music was like great. I love the music.
yeah, the music was actually probably
The
the best
music
part of the game.
was the best part of the game. I mean,
And
it wasn't a runner that was based on the music, so it wasn't like a rhythm based, but the music in
yeah,
general was just great.
which like I almost wanted it to be. I was looking out to see if it was a rhythm based game because I was like, oh, like if this is a rhythm based game, like oh neat, but
Neat,
it didn't
yeah,
end up
but
being that,
didn't. But that's
which
okay.
is it's fine. It's not a huge deal.
Um, the music was still pretty good. It was like there was some like jazz, there was some rap, I think.
Yeah, there was
Um,
some R&B and like hip hop as well. It kind of
mhm.
like
It was like a mix, but it was good. I
um
liked it.
one thing to note, due to mentioning all these different genres of music that have a uniting origin, one can say. The main character is black, and I would assume that probably the creator is too. And this game seems to celebrate like uh trying to be delicate here, like blackness, if that makes any sense. I don't want to be like
Yeah.
I don't want to say the wrong
I
thing here, but like
mhm.
it's definitely
I
like
don't
that
either, which is
aesthetic. It's
why I'm
definitely like
not saying
made
anything.
by like a black person who wants to like celebrate being themselves in their
Yeah,
most genuine way, and it does that. It definitely
yeah,
succeeds in doing that.
fine. It's great.
Yeah.
I like it.
um yeah, I
It was a
agree.
fun game. It was interesting. So
um
anyway,
Continue.
yeah, the music was excellent. The gameplay, there's not a whole lot, but like you run, you have different controls. You have like a jump. You have a jump. You have like a dash. You have a
So
slide
did you
and
play
a
this on
order.
gamepad or on keyboard?
No, I played it on keyboard. You only have
Yeah.
4 buttons.
Yeah, I also played it on keyboard. It was WASD and then F.
F.
I
F to
mean,
flip.
listen, it's a real thing that they put in the game for a reason, and it does
Yeah,
have a
yeah. It
reason.
does it?
Yeah, it slows you
Where?
down. You didn't know that?
I mean, I knew it slowed you down, but I didn't know it was like something that you're meant to use. I think it
Yeah,
was just
no.
goofy.
Like there were definitely times like especially there's the one level where you have to like dodge this bus that's like trying to run you over. If you like sprint the whole time, there are going to be times where like the obstacles on the road and the car will like literally make it so you can't live.
Yeah.
So
Um,
sometimes you have to slow yourself down so you don't die to like unpassable obstacles.
I just didn't hold the dash button at that point, and it was good enough.
Yeah, I mean you can do
I
that,
held
but
the
like what
dash
if you
button
need to go fast?
through most of the game,
Yeah, same.
but I mean, there were a few times where the some of the obstacles were a little too close together. Because dash was like technically a separate action. So whenever you would jump over something and land
Yeah.
back on the ground, you would have to start back into the dash, and that's a whole like small, like tiny animation.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to interrupt it with another movement.
Right.
So the few times there were the things were too close together, you couldn't. You'd have to like not hold dash and jump over and do the like go into the like sequence of
Yeah, like
actions.
jump like well, okay, so like there's like middle jump and then there's tall jump. It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
have to do like a tall jump and then you have to immediately slide on the ground right after that.
Mhm.
Um
But if you were holding dash during that, it would try to start the dash, and you wouldn't have enough time to do like slide animation.
right. Um
But anyway, I didn't
which,
flip at all
it's
during the
fine.
whole game. I flipped a little bit whenever there was like downtime because it was funny. But uh yeah, anyway, it's yeah, like the you have W, which was the jump, and these are which I liked. These were all color coded, and once I found that out, it pretty much like I mean it was
Oh
really
yeah.
early that I found it out, but like it made it quite easy.
Oh yeah.
Or it's like, oh
Much
yeah,
much easier. Because then you can
yeah,
just
they're
you
color
can just like
coded
turn your brain off, and every time you see purple, you know you gotta slide, and every time you see yellow, you just press the middle
because
jump button.
at the beginning it was like I can't these I don't have enough time until I saw A, they were color coded, and B, it gives you like warning
Yeah.
of
Oh,
which
that's
one's
what I was gonna
next.
ask you about. Is what difficulty did you play in?
I played on normal because
Yeah,
I
I
usually
if I
play
had to do
on
it again, I would
normal
probably
on
have
these
played it
games.
on hard.
Yeah, because after a while I like the slowdown would slow down so far in front of the obstacle. I'd have to wait a few seconds in the slowdown before I'd actually do the action, or you would jump into the obstacle.
Yeah, exactly. It's very funny.
Which has happened a few times.
Yeah, same.
And also, there were a few times where I did press the button. He was in mid like jump animation, and I still hit the obstacle. Like I even jumped at the right time. I'm just like,
there were
okay,
definitely weird hitboxes.
yeah,
So I just thought of something that will go in the music section, and I hate to be the one to go back because
it's
you know
fine.
we're usually going forward here, but I do want to mention something that I just remembered. I actually had note, like a single note about this, that
Mhm.
I was remembering. This sounds like the music in this game. It's worth mentioning that like every level, and there are 13 levels, every single level had its own track.
Yeah,
So like
did.
what this feels like is somebody made like their own mixtape or something,
Mhm.
or made their own album, but like they were like, you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to go and record this. I want to make something, and then I want to make a video game that somebody has to play in order to experience the music that I make. And
Yeah, I
like,
mean
that's really cool.
that is cool.
Like that's actually really, really fucking cool.
Yeah,
Even if like I, as a video game player and not necessarily like a music enjoyer, uh, as much as like the rest of the entire world, apparently, um, like even if the video game part of the experience is not as like clean and
not
polished as
as
it could
good,
be. What's that?
but I said not as good.
Yeah, not as good. I can respect that like this game was made by one
Like,
person that
and it
also made the
was
music.
who made the music, and also like they put in the effort to like make the game like around their mixtape, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Around
I
their
don't know if
music.
that's, what they're trying to do,
Not
but like
like based around the music, but you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
Like it's like they put in the effort. Like, okay, I want this music. I made this music, but it's like I don't want to just like release the music and then they put the extra effort in to make the game to go with it.
Right. Um like the other game that we've given like super accolades, obviously it's like one of the best games of all time, is Undertale. Did the exact same
Undertale.
thing, right?
Yeah,
Um
he made the music, then the game around it.
right, exactly. And so like if you go into a project being like I am a music maker, but I want people to experience my music by playing a game, that's it's not like no, it's not like nobody has done this before, because like clearly Undertale exists.
Mhm.
But like you're going into a room with good company with this idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
It's gonna be it kind of automatically upgrades my opinion of you. If this is like your intention, which it really it seems to be. I obviously
Yeah.
don't want to like speak for the developer, but it really feels like that's what they were doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm. Now that you
Um,
say it, it
and so
does
like
feel like that.
I can really put a lot of respect on this review, just because
Yeah,
that's what they wanted to
I
do, and
agree.
that's what it feels like they wanted to do, at least. So yeah. Anyway,
Agreed.
we can return to the gameplay. Uh,
Yeah.
the other thing that I wanted to say about the gameplay is like There were quite a few sections where the like camera would change at a weird place.
Hmm.
And like
It would kind of like mess up your next action.
yeah, it would kind of mess it up, which I am like never a fan of,
Yeah,
which is like really it bothers me. But then they took it to the next level and they had an entire stage
yeah, an
dedicated to
entire
that.
stage that was like sideways.
But like, well, no, that one, yes. But then there was also the other stage of which I believe is the final level, which you are playing as.
You switch between the two.
Yeah, which I thought was like actually
That
insane.
was so cool. And like, I don't know about you, but like, even better was like, it never tripped me up either.
Yeah, exactly. That
Like,
I was gonna say
it
that
was
as well.
it was so cool.
Yeah, I really I like the first few levels. I understand why they were the way that they were.
Yeah,
Um,
you
because
gotta
like they're easing you into the game, and I died quite a bit on the
me too.
intro levels.
Um, yeah,
But
but the
I
last one, it was
yeah,
actually so good.
I like amazing, like insane.
Yeah,
If the
and
entire game, if it was like 5 to 10 more levels of the quality of like the last like I don't know like 3 or 4 levels totally like I'm already bought
mhm,
in at that point. That would have improved the experience immensely. Obviously, if they didn't have the number of tracks to go with it, like it
I
is
mean,
what it is.
just go play the endless.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, go play the endless. That's true. Um, but yeah, no, I think that the there is only so much you can do with a runner game,
Yeah, true.
but
Um,
they
there
did they did a lot.
there were bonus levels. I don't know if you got any of those.
Bonus
Um,
levels.
yeah. I don't know if you noticed any time in one of the levels there was like a coin floating.
There was, I think I got one, but not
I
the
got
other.
one coin, and then there was like a bonus level. I got the bonus level after, and I died immediately,
R.I.P.
which kind of sucked because like then I didn't get the bonus levels, and I was like, ah, dang, I wanted to try again,
Yeah,
but
I don't know how many there were.
I don't know either.
At
But
least one.
I saw a few of them, at least one, yeah. Um, but yeah, there were bonus levels. I died, didn't get to do any of the bonus level, but if you, dear viewer, would like to decide to play this, keep in mind there are bonus levels.
Yeah. Um
I thought the
man,
coins were
I
just gonna be collectibles,
I was
but
gonna I was just gonna play through this game again before we recorded just because like it was so short.
yeah,
That I was like, maybe I will
you just run
like
through it
maybe I'll run
quickly.
through it again just because, and I didn't, but I really like I kind of regret that decision. I really feel like um I should have run through it one more time just for like
To
because
refresh.
yeah, just
Yeah,
not like refresh, but like because like maybe there are things that I missed, and
yeah,
it's a short enough game. Like it took me, I don't know, like barely like right around an hour. Like I think it was 58 minutes, right under an hour that it took me from start to finish to beat the game, which is like
yeah.
really, 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 really short. I would have liked to see what the game was like on hard mode, which is because there was like a normal mode, hard mode, and then like
Yeah, normal
challenge
mode gave
mode.
you like warning and extra slowdown, and then hard was like a little bit of warning and a little bit of slowdown, and I didn't look at the third one.
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't even look at it, I just
it
chose
was like
normal.
no
I think it
slowdown
was
at all.
probably none of either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I think that like I said, this isn't going to be super long, but it's
No,
it
but
there's like not very much to this game, but it's fun.
there is a little bit of a story, like, that's what we played, there was a story mode and an endless mode, we played the story.
Yeah.
My interpretation of the story, I guess, is like, I mean, technically I could read the like store page. I'll read that first. It says, take the role of Wally, a mysterious character that has recovered what was taken from him. Hopefully, you're fast enough to outrun your enemies. Run, jump, slide, or dash for acrobatic variants, leading to dope combinations and avoid the challenges that await.
Right.
So yeah, my interpretation was like the first thing you see is like you're floating in this like vat with like a bunch of other vats around you. So it's like first thing I think of is like, oh, okay, this is like you're like a clone or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're obviously trying to escape whatever facility you were in, etc. You get another clone of you sent after you. Um,
Well, actually,
and
I
you
don't
just
think it is another clone. I
run.
think it's like the main person. Cause like if
Yeah,
you
maybe.
look at the um if you look at the like title screen or like icon on the Epic Store, it is the like character with the yellow vest and then
Mhm.
the three swords looking at the like the capsule with you in it, the character
Yeah.
that you play the majority of.
So either it's like a previous clone that is already outside of it's like that, or it's the like original person that
Right.
the clones are made out of. I don't know. That's my interpretation. So you're like running all these various different through these different levels, etc., past these different obstacles. Several things are trying to chase you: drones, helicopters.
Yeah, police
There's mines,
cars.
police cars. There's mines you gotta dodge to,
Yeah,
etc.
robots, whatever.
And then eventually you get to the end, the last level, uh, which, as we said mentioned, you play as both of the characters, like running towards each other through the buildings and on top of the buildings, etc. And then like right as you get to each other, there's a cutscene of you like fighting, and then your your main character, the guy in the like black and white jacket. It's a jacket, not a vest.
All right.
Um,
All right. Listen, it looks like a
um,
vest.
I know it does, but is like the winner or something. You like somehow managed to like claim one of the other guy's swords as like a shield,
Oh yeah, you turn
etc.
into a shield.
And then like you beat him, and then I think like after the credits, there's a scene where it's like you both fall into a pit, and um you get like eyes. There's like somebody in the darkness with glowing eyes looking at you, and then you both are like gonna work together
Yeah, because one of you
to
has
fight
swords
them.
and the other one has shields or
Yeah,
a
so then
shield.
like that leads into the second game which they're making, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think that was a preview for the second game.
Yeah. So I guess that'll be cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I
the creator of this game learns how to make a game, I'm sure
right,
he'll get
exactly.
better. Like the next one will be even better. Which I am actually kind of excited for the next one because
Okay.
I liked playing this one,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
but I also like kind of enjoy endless runners because like I used to play Bit Trip Runner all the time,
yeah, I didn't really
and
I'm not like the largest fan personally.
yeah, because
I don't
it's like
mind this little bit, but like I wouldn't boot like if I had to like kill time, I wouldn't boot this up and like play the endless mode for a couple of hours while I'm like watching a video or something. Like
no,
it's
probably
not
not me
something that I would
either.
do.
But like when there's like a set amount of levels involved,
Oh yeah,
um, like Bit
much
Trip Runner was, I
much
would play the
better
levels.
experience. But
So yeah, it's a good time.
yeah, I mean, I wish we could say more. Like
Yeah,
I don't know if there's any like I really wanted to be like there's some like story to interpret here because like it's kind of my deal. That's what I'm supposed to be doing here on this here
yeah,
podcast is like do some interpretation. But like I don't know if there really is much to interpret because like you kind of said it all where it's like oh
yeah,
you know you are a clone that breaks out of like confinement. You're basically being chased by like I guess you have like a bag with something in it. I
yeah.
don't remember what's in it because it gets
I
like
don't know.
pinned down by a sword.
I don't know, that's what
Um,
it says in the store page, is a character that has recovered what was taken from him, so,
yeah,
I don't
but it
know.
doesn't explicitly say. We can't really imply anything either. Um, and
Maybe it was his
so
mixtape.
yeah, maybe. Um, it's worth mentioning, I guess, that this takes place in Detroit. Whether that means anything to anybody, I'm not from Detroit. I've never been to Detroit. I hear it's nice sometimes.
Mhm.
But like there's a whole like Detroit
Yeah. I mean,
scene for
the
the
main
music that features in this game, which I guess is where the author is from of all the music. So
mhm.
yeah, maybe it really does appear to be like sort of a celebration of that like Detroit culture,
Yeah, that I
which
mean,
is
it's
cool.
cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else to say, man.
No, me
It's
neither.
so awkward because like we kind of go into
It's
these
a
and some games we record for like an hour and a
like,
half,
hours.
2 hours, you know, and like this is like
Yeah, I mean,
this is such a
that's
short
okay.
game with very little in it. And a very enjoyable experience. Like I'm gonna give it a good review,
Mhm.
a good rating, but like I don't know what else to say.
I don't know what else to
I
say
can't really
either.
give any other. I can't really give any other like suggestions either because like the gameplay was pretty tight.
Yeah.
That gameplay was pretty tight. The story, I maybe if I would had to give any suggestions, like um tell more or show more with the stories
Yeah.
because even if you are doing like a little cutscene after every level, which like sometimes
Yeah,
there was,
yeah, I think
usually
there
there
was.
was just a lead in from the previous level on the beginning of the next one. But like give us a cutscene before and after everything
I
so that
think
you have like 20 to 30 seconds of storytelling uh that can like show us what's in the bag, show us what he stole or what he recovered for himself, show us like why he has to run from a clone of himself or is he
yeah,
the original of himself. Show us just like a little bit or even like show us enough to where we can infer something, whereas right now it's just
yeah,
like okay, so there are robots chasing us and there are police chasing us and everyone wants to get us, but like why, you know?
yeah,
I don't know why is it every time that we're in trouble like ghost copies of us let us go Super Saiyan and catch on fire.
yeah.
Why
I
is
don't
that?
know.
Why does that happen? I don't know.
Some
They never
kinda
tell
special
us.
abilities. Why does that other guy control swords with his mind?
Yeah,
Who knows?
like give us just just a smidge more information so that we can sort of make up a story in our head cuz
Yeah.
that's what we like to do as humans. We are
I mean,
given a little bit. We do the rest of the heavy lifting by
what I did
imagination.
that's what I did with what I was given, so I already
Yeah,
said.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you pretty much described what was there. Um,
Yeah, that's what I
but
thought. Figured.
yeah,
Um,
I don't know. I
but
don't know,
yeah, I
man.
mean, it's a solid 7 out of 10, maybe 8.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 7.5. Um,
Yeah.
I don't really like. I don't hate this game.
No, I don't
I
either.
will
It was very
acknowledge
good.
that.
I
Go ahead.
respect on the, like, single person team, you know?
Yeah,
Single person developer.
I will
Gotta support
absolutely
them.
admit that this game is like definitely not made for me. I'm not a huge fan of. I don't really like seek out the runner type games. I know a
Yeah,
lot of people whenever they like first got smartphones, they had like a lot of these sort of games because they're very simple.
simple and
Um,
easy to just
and so like a lot of people kind of have that in their head as like something that they enjoy, right? Because
yeah,
it's like something that they enjoyed way back when to kill time just sitting around.
and now we
Um,
have
and now we've got like whole ass triple A games on our phones, you know, like whatever.
not even that, it's just, like, now we have gotcha and that's it,
Well, I mean there are other types of games, but
you
yeah,
know?
basically there is a whole mobile game market that has taken over
Yeah.
from what
Anyway,
used to be. Anyway, um game's not necessarily for me. It was not made for me as a celebration of anything that I am. But I can, as a person who likes to talk about video games and review video games, I can acknowledge that this game is very good about what it is it's celebrating and like
Definitely,
what it
definitely,
is. So
definitely made with care.
yeah, it's a neat game. Go give it a try.
Yeah.
It was on Epic Games. It'll probably be out
Uh,
again at some point.
it's like $11,
Yeah, it's
something
not
like
bad.
that. $12.
So
Pretty good.
yeah. Uh, as I flubbed last week, next week's game is gonna be a short
Short
hike.
hike.
So join us as we look at that. I assume it's gonna be, a hike that's short. So that should be
I would
kind of
think
fun.
so.
I've heard decent things about it as like what is a indie game that you will always recommend to people, and like a short hike gets recommended pretty often. So
Yeah.
hey, maybe it was cheap on the summer sale, so picked it up.
I think it's just cheap regularly too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But you
Yeah.
can't beat
It's like $8 right now.
you can't beat like $2, man. That's super
True.
cheap. So, all right, this was a short one. Thank you so much for listening,
Right. Yep.
and we'll see you next
Thank
week.
you. Bye
Goodbye.
bye.